Smoking chicken at home in a wok is not something that you would necessarily do on an everyday basis. It's got loads of different layers of flavour. What's not to love about Jasmine tea smoked chicken? I'm Jeremy from School of Wok in Covent Garden, and this is a really unique Wok Wednesday because we're smoking this chicken in the wok. We're going to start with your spices and toast them off. I've got about a tablespoon of fennel seeds here and some Sichuan peppercorns. I'm not going to go too strong on the Sichuan peppercorn. Sort of half a teaspoon should do. And then I've got some sesame seeds and some star anise, which I'm also going to toast together. Once you start to smell the fennel seeds and the star anise and that sweet aroma, your sesame seeds should start to brown as well. Once those sesame seeds are sort of golden brown, don't let it go too much further because it can burn very easily. So that's going to go straight over to the pestle and mortar to make a nice sort of toasted spice, slightly nutty rub. There's something about toasted sesame seeds. It's just got this great sort of, it's almost like the smell of something that's perfectly browned. I mean, for me, I could literally just eat that by itself with a bit of salt and sugar in it. In fact, I'm going to try that because it just smells so good. Or just, oh wow, yeah, that tastes amazing. You can put this on top of anything you want. Bit of fish, pan fry it, crispy tofu. Oh yeah, I've got that tingling feeling of the Sichuan peppercorn on my tongue there. So I've got this spice now. I'll show you guys. Lovely rub. I'm gonna add a good amount of salt into that rub and then rub that well over your chicken. You want this well rubbed around the chicken. And as this rub is so versatile, you know, if you've got a little bit of extra, just keep it in a Tupperware little seal-tight container. Now, I've got core ingredients, sort of core pantry ingredients of Chinese cooking here. So some light soy and then some dark soy, which helps to color the chicken, and some oyster sauce for that savoury flavour. And then similar amounts, about a tablespoon of honey. Now you could steam this first without the marinade, but I quite like to marinate it, leave it, if you have time, overnight, so it takes in the colour, and then when you steam it, it really sort of has that slightly deeper brown colour around the skin. I'm going to pop some ginger and spring onion in the base of the steaming plate because I'm going to steam this chicken for about 30 minutes before I then smoke it to finish. With my chicken legs here, I'm going to keep it about 25 to 30 minutes. I'm going to chop a little bit of this to go into the dipping sauce. Just half Chinese or Qingqiang black vinegar and half light soy along with my ginger. That is ready. Now I'm cooking a fair bit, and so I'm just going to show you, what my setup is here, and that's sort of an alternative way of steaming. And underneath, I've got my heat-proof bowl that's sitting in my wok with water inside and surrounding it. And then my chicken plate sits right on top of that. You have to make sure that there's enough space in between the plate and the wok to then cover it with a lid and allow that steam to engulf this chicken by coming through and round. You can't close that gap. So close that, cover it with a lid, and let that steam on a high heat for about 30 minutes. Once your chicken's steaming, it's really simple, and I'm just going to set up my sort of smoking ingredients. So it's just a little sort of boat or tray of tin foil. I've got some jasmine rice and some jasmine tea to create the flavour, and then I'm going to put some sugar down. It can be brown or white sugar. Now that sugar will start to caramelize, and when it caramelizes, it will burn that rice and the jasmine tea, and you'll get that flavour of that burning sort of smokiness going into the chicken. We'll do that later on. So that chicken's had a good half hour, so I'm going to take that out, and then we'll clean the wok out and replace it with our smoking ingredients. I've got quite a lot of excess sauce here from the chicken, which I'm going to use to baste later once the chicken's actually smoked. But I do want to smoke the chicken dry rather than it sitting in too much sauce. Don't throw that sauce away though, it's really got a lot of flavour in that. So this is a part with wok cooking that is pretty unusual and you probably won't have done before. So I've got my sort of boat of tin foil, and then I've got a wok ring here. Any sort of stand will help. And you want to sit that foil down so that it's touching the wok. And you can see my wok ring's just sort of sitting there so that there's space between, and you're kind of almost creating your own little smoker barbecue indoors. And you want to allow that caramel to form from the sugar just melting into it. Once it starts to smoke, that's when I can pop my chicken over the top and then cover it with a lid again. You don't want to over smoke this, so you're looking at probably like 8 minutes or 6 to 8 minutes with these chicken legs, or if it's a whole chicken, maybe 10 minutes, and you'll get that really lovely smoky flavour around the chicken. With everything covered, it's looking pretty tame, but I'm pretty sure there's quite a lot of smoke inside this wok. So you'll see that now. Whoa! And look at the colour after 8 minutes, just 8 minutes of smoking that chicken. It's got this beautiful, almost like golden brown colour around the skin. That is awesome. The last thing we're gonna do is brush that chicken with some sesame oil, and that will complement the sesame seeds in that rub. It looks beautiful. And then don't forget that marinade, that liquid that we took out to smoke the chicken. Lay a little bit of that over the top. I'm gonna slice one of them to show you guys how succulent that is from the steaming process. And then I've got my dipping sauce as well. Yeah, you can really taste that rub, but also the smokiness from the jasmine tea. Oh, that is lovely. It's not something that I do that often at home, but I might do it more. Delicious. If, like me, you like delicious food, and you can't stop eating, you can't stop cooking, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and if we hit 1,000 likes on this video, and you comment in the video, you might have a chance of winning an awesome School Up prize. So get us to those 1,000 likes, and don't forget, ding, hit that notification bell.